Good morning everyone. It's the 25th of March and the weather is slowly picking up here in Japan. A few days warm, a few days freezing, a few days warm and then 5 days of rain, which sounds like heaven, I guess, to people with no water. But I'm off for a beautiful walk this morning in the sunshine with Yumi, my little baby, in the pram. And I'd just like to give you a little sense of where we are. We're still in the middle of Yokohama, but I suspect that lots of people have this impression that there are just apartment blocks everywhere, that people don't live in houses and there's not a lot of open space. So I'd just like to show you what I'm seeing this morning, and it's just lovely. So I'll turn the camera around and you can see what I'm seeing today. So here we have an urban plot of land growing vegetables. I think there are broad beans happening at the back. Anyway, and this lovely old house. Imagine having all of this land right in the middle of Yokohama. Most of the houses don't have a large backyard, but you can imagine if you lived around here and you could see someone else's yard, or you can see these little forested areas on the hills. It's just lovely, just lovely. So looking around, there's a couple of playgrounds and more farming up there with the blue fences. I think they've got fruit trees up there. And over here we've got a playground. We might have a look at that later. But although there's very small houses here compared to Australian standards, there are lots and lots of public parks and playgrounds. And so the kids don't really have a reason to be stuck in their own backyards, but they're always off meeting their friends. And it's quite safe to send your children there on their own without you. So it's just lovely for kids to play outside. So I just wanted to dispel some of the myths you might have about living in Japan, because as you can see here, we're right in the middle of the city and it feels like I'm in the countryside here. Isn't it beautiful? So here's the playground I pointed out just before. One of the big differences is, well, the playgrounds here all seem to have this sort of grey gravel sand stuff rather than grass, but you get used to that. It's not a huge space, but it's certainly enough for kids to run around or shoot some hoops. Slippery dip at the back, monkey bar sort of things, swings. One of the things you'll notice here in Japan with the parks is that they will all have a public toilet, and something that amazes me is that they're all really clean. People don't trash them. Amazing. Another thing you'll notice here is over here on the bubbler, someone's placed a child's toy that they've obviously left here in the park. And Japan is amazing with lost and found. If you lose something, you just put it somewhere safe so that the person can come back and find it. And they do this religiously. It's wonderful. Anyway, so here's our walk today.